But I'm going to do something a little differently tonight. I've not commented since the tragedy in Minnesota yesterday. I remained silent. I let the information come in. I let our anger grow. And I want to start tonight by talking about Minnesota. Because in this moment, we must choose the right side of history. We must choose the right side of history. We know what we saw. We know what we saw. An American citizen practicing civil disobedience was disarmed and then shot 10 times in the street, and his body lay lifeless, and he was murdered. He was murdered. Kristi Noem should be removed from office. ICE operations in Minnesota and elsewhere should be suspended tonight. There should be an overhaul of the operations of ICE, and there should be a deep and thorough investigation from the Secretary's office down to the street into the patterns and practices of an agency that continues to violate the constitutional rights of all of us across this country tonight. But we know where that investigation leads. It leads to President Donald Trump. This is not an exercise in keeping our communities safe. This is an exercise in public cruelty. This is an exercise in cruelty. This is not about providing for safe communities. It's about attacking communities based on their politics, based on their color, based on their immigration status. This is not about safe communities. This is about attacking communities. This is about cruelty. This is not about border security. There were more people deported under President Barack Obama. There were more people deported under President Joe Biden than there are under Donald Trump. This is about the public display of cruelty. There is a higher propensity of violent and property crimes in native-born American communities tonight than in our immigrant communities. This is not an exercise in law enforcement. This is an exercise in cruelty. And so, yes, tonight we must choose the right side of history. There is a rot. There is a rot at the heart of America. There is a rot in the soul of America tonight. Minnesota matters. Minnesota matters. And Minnesota matters in this governor's race. I don't often talk about my opponents in this race. I don't often talk about the president in this race. But Minnesota matters in this governor's race because as a people, we get to choose the leadership of this state. We get to choose the future of this state. And I want to be very clear about something tonight. This is not about backing the blue. We all stand with those in law enforcement who serve every day with valor to keep our community safe, who leave it all out there, not knowing if they're going to return home. When I was in Congress, I authored the Thin Blue Line Act that said if you assault a police officer, if you take the life of a police officer, you're going to be subject to enhanced penalties. I've stood with families and communities as they mourn at an end-of-watch ceremony. This is not about backing the blue. Tonight, the leading Republican candidate, Byron Donalds, does not back the blue. He backs Donald Trump. You see, backing the blue means standing with the Capitol police officers who were beaten by January 6th protesters. Backing the blue means condemning a president who pardons cop beaters and violent criminals. Byron Donalds doesn't back the blue, he backs Donald Trump. Byron Donalds doesn't back the Second Amendment. Not when you think it only applies to Kyle Rittenhouse, but not to Alex Pretti. Byron Donalds doesn't back the Second Amendment, he backs Donald Trump. Byron Donalds doesn't back the Constitution. He doesn't back your First, Second, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights. He backs Donald Trump. But Byron Donalds does not back us American people. He backs Donald Trump. And you see, We have an opportunity in Florida to choose a new direction, to set a path for the entire country. Because coming out of Minnesota, it has distilled something. It has distilled something in the American heart and the American mind. That after 10 years of feeble, frail, fearful, weak Republican leaders enabling this president, it has led us into chaos. The country is falling apart around us. The economy is leaving people behind. We are mocked on the world stage. We are not feared for our strength. We are humiliated for our weakness and our division. Because after 10 years of an allegiance to a man above allegiance to a constitution, allegiance to the idea of American greatness, it leads us to what we are experiencing right now. This nation is crumbling. There is a rot in the soul of America. And so, yes, Minnesota matters. Minnesota matters across the country tonight. Minnesota matters in the state of Florida. Minnesota matters in this governor's race. Minnesota matters to the family and the loved ones of Alex Pretti. Minnesota matters to the legacy of Alex Pretti. May his memory be far more than just a blessing. May it be a charge. May it be a charge for all of us in this moment to choose the right side of history, Democrats, independents, and Republicans alike, to step outside of our partisan allegiances, to realize that in a moment where the nation is crumbling, that we must choose the right side of history. We must rise above our division, rise above our partisanship. As Democrats, we should reach out to our independent and Republican friends. To our independents, join us. And to our Republican friends, I'm not asking you to rethink or revisit your past allegiances. I'm asking you to think about the future of the country. Join us in a new coalition capable of rising to this moment, of making the choice to be on the right side of history. And may Alex Pretti's memory not just be a blessing, but a charge that, as Abraham Lincoln told us, though the passions of our division may have torn us apart, that yes, we can listen to the better angels of our nature and rise above what we saw in Minnesota, come together as a nation, and choose a new way forward. Thank you.